flashback.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going back and revisiting the Partagas P1, mostly because I don't think you've ever had one.
No, I've never had one.
And I've forgotten, I'm into my last jar now. Personal jar. I thought, well, I could put it away. I said, no, let's smoke some.
So what's the story behind these?
They're a jar, no little black jar, Partagas P1 jar. Very nice jar. Very good cigars. I thought they were very, very good when they came out. And let's see how they are 18 months later.
Was it a one-off or is it a regular production?
It's a one-off. They thought they could make a bit of coin. They're actually successful, this one.
So we're actually smoking something that you don't have to sell.
I got nothing to sell. I know. I feel sick just saying that. So Ken, we normally discuss construction, aroma, etc. before lighting it, but you just went straight into that.
Well, I'm sorry.
What's the draw?
The draw? Mine's fine. I actually thought it was on. And so I've been talking to a blank screen apparently, not for the first time.
Tell us about it. Draw's good, flavour profile.
At the moment I'm getting that sort of young, slightly harsh note. But there's a lot of richness behind it.
Young and harsh, eh?
Tiny little bit of harshness. Not.
Whoa, that's nothing. Dude, these are stronger than the last, I can recall.
It's a really powerful little cigar.
That surprised me straight away.
An earthy sort of character. Slight bitterness on the finish. But look, that's minor, and otherwise I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
No, it doesn't worry me. I'm just looking at, just trying to get my notes back, mental notes back as when I last had it. I got no recollection, except it was a beautiful, smooth, rich cigar. It had class to it, but this is completely lacking in class at this point. Kenny, first third of the...
All that stuff I was talking about before, the earthiness, that little bit of harshness, all gone. And it is just now this beautiful, sweet, creamy, lovely, lovely cigar. I'm seriously impressed.
It's exactly the way I remembered it, except for the fact that it's just under full body.
Yeah, it's got some heft to it.
Yeah, it's because I've always recalled this, if I remember correctly, as being a medium body, classical medium body. This is right up there.
This is certainly up there.
But it's taken the cream and the sweeter aspects with it.
It's really that creamy, molten chocolate sort of velvety character.
It's a lot of class to this cigar.
Well, they can make this regular if they like. Not that many beetle holes.
If they could make this a regular production cigar, it certainly would be worthwhile. Wouldn't it? Yeah. I like the size too.
Well, I was going to say, the only problem is the size. Make it bigger.
I think we've got enough big cigars. I think there's room for something that's an hour cigar.
Yeah, they're called cigarettes.
I think they've nailed it. I think they really got the blend spot on.
Beautiful cigar.
Spot on blend on this cigar. You know, you just don't...
See, this is we go back to the discussion about you'd love to know the people behind, because they've got to have key people doing this. So if there was some sort of little code on boxes, even if you never actually knew names, but you knew this was, Blender 112 or Roller 1402 or something. So you can say, I want his cigars or her cigars or whatever.
That's never going to happen anymore.
I know.
Because, now that I think we told you guys last time, they've stopped all the legendary rollers from travelling overseas.
Oh, have they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they stopped them all.
Well, that's Hamlet's lifestyle down the drain.
Oh, Hammy, don't you worry, Hammy, we're coming to your rescue.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Well, because they want to get rid of this cult of personality internally. It's one of the reasons for what happened at the Partagas factory, etc. there. And they want to try to separate that cult of personality out of that cigar trade. So the last thing they want to do is let you know exactly who's rolling the great cigars and who's rolling the crap ones.
See, I find that a shame. I mean, look, I know
I'd love to do it if I was I know those in Nicaragua. It's the really good guys who do it in Nicaragua. Often you'll have the box signed on the back by the roller. Well, I think it's a niche there that can be explored. They've just got to get the formula right to do it. Of course, you've had great rollers like Yolanda, etc. roll specific releases. Yeah, and they've all been rolled by her, supposedly.
If they say so,
it must be true.
Absolutely.
Must be true, Ken, and you don't need you be sarcastic on this.
There was no sarcasm whatsoever. I was just thinking of the Chinese 5-year plans, or Russians, or whatever.
Second, third, Ken, it's as good as the first thing for me.
Yeah, it's got a sort of a cold tea character come in for me.
The aspect of cream and sweetness, still.
But there is that sort of something more that's come in.
Sweet tea in Asia, that milky sweet tea that they have, that. Malaysia, India, where they pour it from the big pots.
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's got that sort of aspect to it.
Yeah, I try and avoid that.
Do you? Why?
Because I don't like it.
So you'd buy a jar of these, wouldn't you?
Well, it depends on their price, I suppose.
I got no idea what they were. I think they're $9.90 Australian, something like that.
How many?
25 to a jar. Actually, I'll leave some with you. I've actually got half a dozen.
Oh, well, there we go, yeah. Well, just as I'm told.
Doing a good job. Let's see if it maintains the range. But where do you think these will go? And this has still got, to me, this has got 10 years written all over it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
But you know what excites me about this little cigar here?
5 years, certainly.
It's got no LE characteristics to it at all.
None whatsoever. None.
It's a real cigar.
Yeah.
I'm not saying LEs aren't real cigars, but this is a cigar with a normal wrapper. It's a great wrapper. It's a beautiful oil wrapper. It's a cigar which has been beautifully blended, but it hasn't got any LE taste to it. No, I've been caught out so many times on LEs, and just by aging them for too long. And you know,
So what are the LEs that have aged well?
I like the R&J, believe it or not, the Escudos from 2007. I think that's one cigar that's aged. I think some cigars have got worse. The Hoy, the Monterey Pyramids, the 2003s. I think they've lost that essence that I love so much about them. There are other cigars which even you would have to say have improved. The Monte Cristo C's have improved.
It only had one way to go.
Can they go up as far as you're concerned? But the Monte Cristo C's have
Not that
improved.
much.
I know R&J gets a bagging, and rightfully so, mostly by ourselves, but that the Hermoso line, I know you're going back a fair while now, they really are just brilliant cigars. And the Escudos from 2007, I think, is just a remarkable cigar. I like where this is going, and Kenny, another lovely afternoon on the deck, I must say. What grape is this? That's quite nice.
We've moved on from the first one was the Toisner Albert 06, which is one of my favourite Barossa producers. And this one's a bit different. This is from Kangaroo Island, Sapovari, 2008 from the Rookery. It's a Russian grape, I think, Georgian, on top of my head now.
Rate this cigar out of 100, Ken, and give us a wrap-up of it.
I'll go 93, and I reckon it's got potential to go better. It's finished up with a little bit of peppery character, which sort of surprised me because I didn't see that coming at all. I was thinking, we're getting down the end. If we're going to get near that harshness, earthiness come back, which hasn't. Instead of which we've got a bit of still that sort of almost creamy character with some peppery.
Cream and pepper.
I think these are terrific. Yeah, 94 actually.
I'll go 95. It's a great way to start the year reviews. I mean, to revisit one of these cigars.
Yeah, it's got
really complex cigar. It's one of those cigars where you look forward to the next draw. So nice way to start the year, guys. 94, 95, Partagas P1. If you can find one on the trade somewhere, pick it up.
Yeah, it's worth absolutely.
They're certainly worth doing so. Welcome to FOH. This week, Ken. Well, first of all, Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to yourself and all remaining members. Stalin here's done his purge.
He wasn't a purge.
If you're still with us, good luck to you.
I just thought I'd get rid of the whinging bastard. He said, but then it worked out, we've got no one left. When did that happen?
At one stage I was looking like going to have to behave.
I know. You used to be our worst behaved member. And now you're just an also-ran.
That was when you only had 3.
You're just an also-ran these days.
God, I forgot the trays. Hang on. Sorry.
We'll be back to you shortly. We have to get that Monty A one still because people are still asking every week. Monty A review.
Well, we're going to have to wait till the footy season.
Because no one out there knows what we're talking about, but that's fine. That's fine.
Imagine RG3 without a brain.
But we'll edit this out, Smithy, won't we?
I mean, what have I got? A big red nose and flappy feet or something? I mean,
actually, your feet are pretty big and your nose is getting crimson as you get older. But what are you getting
sensational New Year. I can't talk about that on camera.
Gee, it late.
No, you mind?
Sorry.